2014 has been one hell of a year for music. We've seen a definite shift in the music industry thanks to Beyoncé and companies like Spotify and Pandora that have affected album sales. Long story short, 2014 saw a huge plummet in physical record sales thanks to digital downloading because that's just easier. Nevertheless, some artists still managed to be victors in the midst of this industry Hunger Games and triumphantly owned the 2014 music scene. And we've picked 11 of them in no specific order who've not only managed to get you to buy their music, but have literally invaded your lives for the totality of this year. Kicking things off at number 11 is 5 Seconds of Summer. The fact that you may have just squealed out of excitement from hearing their name rests my case. Five Sauce has really burst out from behind One Direction's shadow this year and into their own, winning a VMA and a Teen Choice Award for Breakout Group and Group of the Summer. They returned to their homeland of Australia for a little mini tour of their own before joining One Direction on their Where We Are tour. Their first major single, She Looks So Perfect, spent 20 weeks on Billboard's Hot 100. Needless to say, the boys are making big moves. And it goes without saying that the 5 men who paved the way for Five Sauce should no doubt be on this list, which brings me to number 10. It's One Direction. You don't need me to tell you that One Direction continued their world domination this year, from their Where We Are tour to announcing their On the Road Again tour set for next year to the release of their album 4 and a new perfume. One Direction continues to do it all. Next up is a relatively new player to the music game. Rapper Iggy Azalea rocked our summer with Fancy and then continued to be stuck in all of our heads with Black Widow, Problem, and Beg For It. Contributing to the Year of the Booty, Iggy was everywhere thanks to her debut album, The New Classic. From performing on every award show to appearing on SNL and giving Nicki Minaj some company in the female rap world, Iggy has become a major force to be reckoned with. She also claimed this year's #1 spot on Australia's Maxim Hot 100 list, host of MTV's House of Style, and the face of Forever 21's 2014 holiday campaign, IGGY. Okay, number 8 on our countdown may never be royalty, but she sure as hell reigned supreme this year. It's Lorde. Lorde has kicked butt this year in establishing herself as a household name. Ella has earned herself a VMA, 2 Grammys, 2 Billboard Awards, an iHeartRadio Music Award, a Much Music Award, EMA, 3 World Music Awards, and on top of that, she has been named one of Time Magazine's most influential teens. Did I mention she's only 18? Crazy! Life goals. Set 'em, people. This year, she also curated the soundtrack for the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 and featured on South Park twice. Once they make fun of you on South Park, you know you've made it. Moving along to our uber-talented number 7. This guy melted all of our hearts this year with that angelic voice, asking all of us to stay with him. It's Sam Smith. After releasing his debut studio album this year, Sam found himself at the top of the Billboard charts in both the US and the UK. By the time November rolled around, the album became one of the biggest selling albums of 2014 behind Taylor Swift's 1989. The single Stay With Me has pretty much taken over the world, and on top of this success, Sam has embarked on his own headlining tour and performed at the MTV VMAs. So next up is a man who has had one hell of a year thanks in large part to his single, Happy. You know who it is, wearer of massive hats, Mr. Pharrell Williams. Pharrell has been in the game for a long time, but this year was especially notable. Along with the release of his album GIRL earlier this year, Pharrell was nominated for a flipping Oscar for Happy, has embarked on his own solo European tour, and became one of the newest inhabitants of a red spinning chair as a new coach on The Voice. Now, number 5 is a woman who contributed to making 2014 the undisputed year of the booty. It's Nicki Minaj.
Oh my gosh, look at her butt.
Along with the mega success of Anaconda, Nicki became the collab queen of the year, being featured on Beyoncé's Flawless remix and teaming up with Ariana and Jessie J for Bang Bang. two of this year's hottest songs, I might add. This woman is slaying in life. Okay, Anaconda almost broke the internet upon its debut, garnering over 20 million views at the first day of its release, and has been kicking butt, pun intended, ever since. Aside from Anaconda being unofficially solidified as the booty song of the year, Nicki performed it for both the VMAs and the EMAs, which I might add she hosted. In addition, Nicki made her silver screen debut this year, appearing in The Other Woman movie alongside Kate Upton and Cameron Diaz. No big deal. This year, Nicki became the only artist to win the BET Award for Best Hip Hop Artist 5 years in a row, and to top it all off, is gearing up for the release of her new album, The Pink Print. Number 4 is the incredibly talented Ed Sheeran. 2014 has seen Ed go from that cute redheaded dude who plays the guitar to one of the top artists of the year. With the release of his latest album, Multiply, Ed has become one of the biggest selling artists this year. During his headlining North American tour this year, Ed brought in a whopping $8.1 million in ticket sales and also melted everyone's heart by granting a dying fan's wish in accepting her marriage proposal backstage at one of his shows. Ed's hard work this year did not go unnoticed, with him taking home a Teen Choice Award, VMA, and BBC Radio 1 Teen Award. And number 3 is a woman who needs no introduction. It's Queen Bee. Beyonce has worked her little tushy off this year. Figuratively speaking, of course, because that ass is still full-grown perfection. First embarking on her Mrs. Carter Show World Tour in April, which became one of the most successful tours in history. Then immediately following that, she surprised the world with the announcement that she and her hubby, Jay-Z, would be touring together for the On the Run tour. Along with winning 2 BET Awards, Bee was honored with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at this year's VMAs. Rumors have now circulated that she is currently working on another surprise album or a collab album with Jay that could be coming our way within the next few weeks, which, if true, the excitement may cause premature labor. Number 2 has no doubt had one of the best years of her life. You know her as Ms. Ponytail or Ms. Cat Ears. It's Ariana Grande. With the release of her second album, My Everything, this year, Aria's had some of the biggest hits of 2014 and of her career, including Problem, Break Free, and Bang Bang. The success led Ariana to become the second leading female artist to have 3 simultaneous hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. When My Everything debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Top 200 chart, it became Ari's second number 1 album in less than a year. No big deal. And Ariana was an award show staple this year, so I'm pretty sure I have the Problem dance choreography down pat. Ari took home 2 Teen Choice Awards this year, a VMA and a People's Choice Award. On top of that, she will be joining Lorde on the Mockingjay Part 1 soundtrack and announced she will be releasing a Christmas song this month. Go girl. And now for the top artist of the year. Based on the fact that her new album has legitimately consumed your life without consent, it should come as no surprise that taking our number 1 spot is Taylor Swift. 1989 was released on October 27th and went platinum within its first week of release. Having a platinum album in 2014 is unheard of, let alone in its first week of release. The epidemic is real, Swifties. Taylor performed Shake It Off at this year's VMAs and has been consuming our lives ever since, happily. This year, Taylor took home a Teen Choice Award, a People's Choice Award, and was named Billboard 2014 Woman of the Year. And to top it all off, Taylor recently announced that she will be going on tour in 2015 in 5 countries. I hope I get to go. And with a year this successful, Taylor can proudly raise her head up high, dust off that shoulder, and proclaim, crushed it. And there you have it, a rundown of 11 of the best artists of the year. So who, in your opinion, reigned supreme in 2014? We want to hear your thoughts in that comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Clevver Music and then click right on over here to get a rundown of the most shocking celeb splits of the year. Thanks for watching Clevver Music. I'm always here for you, and I'm Misty Kingma.